regarding, the stock versus PPC campaigns. So let's assume that, we only have stock for another 2 weeks and we can only, send stock maybe another 1 week. So there will be a week gap in between. So how do you structure the PPC in that case, in that scenario?
Yeah, that's hard. So our goals typically would be to slow down momentum a little bit. The quickest way to do that is honestly through budget optimizations versus bid optimization. So oftentimes we'll do that. One method I've seen that works really well is you can set, say, $1 a day budgets on the campaigns, which effectively pauses them, but doesn't really, it's like pause or not pause. The reason why we would use that, or what we call like bid markers. So for an example, if there was a bunch of keywords, maybe I've been doing some testing on keywords, right? And I'm like, oh, now is not the time to test because we're going to run out of stock pretty soon. I don't want to like go out of stock unprofitably. So we might say, instead of pausing those keywords, we might put like a 3-cent bid on them. Effectively, we're pausing them or we're not pausing them. This can be really helpful because the thing is, if you pause something, now there's ways to use notes, or you can use, say, like a bulk file or something. If you pause it, then you have like a record and then you go reactivate it again. That might work. But if you're doing things a little bit more granular and manual and you're inside ad console, it can be helpful to like put these markers, because what happens is if you pause something, then when you go back and look at it, you're like, wait a minute, a bunch of stuff, like I have a bunch of campaigns for this product, but like, which one did I pause because it wasn't working? And then which one did I pause because it was going out of stock? And like, you're trying to make sense of which was which. And maybe you have a record somewhere and you're like, it's, to be honest, it's kind of a pain. Or what you can do is just say, oh, these are all the campaigns that I had $1 budget on. I effectively paused them, but I didn't pause them. And so now I can go back and reactivate those budgets. Or instead, like at a keyword level, you might have a bunch of keywords that you pause because you're like, hey, I tried these, tested them, and didn't work. I had all those other keywords I wanted to test, but if I pause them, I'm like, wait, which ones work? Which one doesn't work? I don't remember. And so it's very easy to be like, here's all the 3 cents. Or when I go back, maybe when I have the product come back in stock, it's not time to do like a lot of aggressive testing like I was trying to before. I might just like focus on the things that were previously getting performance. So that's the stuff I kept. But, putting a keyword into any account, I mean, you should have done a lot of research, or you got those keywords from somewhere. There was some reason, there was some research or some analysis done that said, hey, these are things to test. So you've already done that legwork. It makes sense to like put a quick marker to yourself. So when I go back, I'm like, oh, okay, now I need to work on pushing more for market share for this product. Oh yeah, here's all the keywords that I tested before, or I did the research on that have a 3-cent bid. Okay, let's just work on increasing these bids to, go back into that testing cycle.